Seahawks. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. In motion left goes a tight end. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. And you look at the Saints defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Sticking with Walker on second down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Garrison. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. First down, Prescott. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. They went 3-and-out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and sneak it here. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. We talk about the Seahawk defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. A give for Walker running right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Richie Grant in on the tackle. The Seahawks had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back to Walker on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
On third down, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cochran. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A second down throw for Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The first catch for Judy. Good for a first down.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll run on first down. It's Glover. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Shaw. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Prescott going to change the play. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. And Walker once more. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Garrison. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Garrison. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0 our score. Second and 9. In motion right, that's Metcalf. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garrison. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. On the counter, it's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Seahawks are able to add on to that lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, nothing.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The slot man in motion right. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On 1st and 10, Garrison. Throw left side complete. That's Hartman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Up the middle, here's Walker. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now 2nd and 9. Off play action. Garrison. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Straight ahead, Walker. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 94 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Walker will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Walker. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Back to throw. Garrison. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on what ought to be the final act of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The little football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
A first down throw for Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
On second down, Prescott again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. To the right side, this is Walker. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw on second down, Garrison.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
And it's third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 51 yards on the punt there.
And they will take over first and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position
is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
On second down, it's Walker.
Breaks through the contact. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45.
113 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They run again with Walker. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Garrison. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
From the gun, it's Walker.
Oh, what a move. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Time to his left. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Next to score, Seahawks. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
On second down, it's Glover. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Prescott looks to throw on first. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here's Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Well, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Rick Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Here's 2nd and 10. And off here to Walker.
And some room to maneuver. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On the give, it's Walker.
A beautiful fake.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Garrison. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. On the handoff, this is Walker. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today, and they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Garrison. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Up the middle they go. Glover. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more. So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Glover. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Glover, stopped up shy of the 45 despite some pretty powerful running.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets.